Yo! Video games.
So what's free space? What's free space in Microsoft world? Well, I think the only thing I know about from Microsoft that has a confirmed 25 date still is Ninja Gaiden 4. Haven't talked about it since January, so I guess this kind of feels like the time is right, I guess, you know? Ninja Gaiden 4. Hiya! Will this screw this up if I do this? So for the biddies journey, it will. So yeah, Ninja Gaiden 4. I think it's the only thing maybe? Someone told me Fable was confirmed to be delayed to 2026 already. I don't know if that's true. I mean, I hope it isn't, but I could understand if it was. Bro. Ninja Gaiden 4. There's a Bethesda thing right after the Microsoft. I'm not sticking around for that. Fable moved to 26. Of course it did. Game's only been in the cooker for forever. Damn, that game has had issues getting. I can't imagine Microsoft's too thrilled with how long it's taken Playground to make them. It looks incredible, but man, I can't imagine Microsoft is like thrilled with how long it's taken Playground Games to get that Fable project off the ground. Let's see. So yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. What's the Gears of War remastered called? Is it just a remastered collection, or is it Reloader? Reloaded. Is it Reloaded? Reload. Gears of War Reloaded. Was already announced and shown off. Yeah. It's a free update for PC. Okay, so what do we think will be there? Reloaded or E-Day or both? When's this come out? August? Probably both. Yeah, let's just be safe and say whatever. Gears of War. We'll just be really boring and safe. Just say Gears of War will be there. Gears will be there. We're starting with Xenoblade Chronicles. All right, Felix Nix, you've come to the right place. So here's how this works with Xenoblade. If you only have time or money, or only have, I only have limited funds and time, both. If you only have time and money for one game, you can pick any one of the three and start there, and it's fine. You can play 1, 2, or 3 totally fine without having to worry about having played a previous game. However, if you're committed to seeing the story through to the end, you start with Xenoblade 1 Definitive Edition on the Switch. You have no reason to play any other version, just Xenoblade 1 Definitive Edition on the Switch. Not X. X is a spin-off, and it really has nothing to do with anything. X is a complete spin-off. So, Xenoblade 1 Definitive Edition. Chronicles is a subtitle added to the European and American versions of the games, and I just don't use it because it's just a mouthful. So I just say Xenoblade. So Xenoblade 1 Definitive Edition. Start there, and if you're committed to seeing this through, start with 1, then play them in chronological order, 1, 2, 3. And make sure, after you finish each one, that you play the epilogue or the DLC. Xenoblade 1 has an epilogue that's on the cartridge, on the game. Xenoblade 2 has a DLC campaign. It's a prequel, but you need to play through 2 to get the story completely. Xenoblade 2 DLC is called Torrent of the Golden Country. And then Xenoblade 3 has a DLC campaign called Future Redeemed. Now, Xenoblade 3's DLC is your Avengers Endgame moment. It is the only bit of Xenoblade content that requires previous knowledge of the other games to get the maximum effect, to understand what's going on in the story. So you can play 1, 2, 3, you could start with any of them, and you don't need to play any other previous one to get the full story. But if you're gonna play... But if you play 3's DLC, it expects you to have played all the games. So, if you want to just get into it, just start with Xenoblade 1 Definitive Edition on Switch. And if you're committed, just play them in chronological order. You don't need to play X. X has no bearing on this series whatsoever. On the trilogy. Yeah. So, but yes, you come to the right place. You would like to play them all. Then just do it 1, 2, 3. Play the game, then play their epilogues and DLCs after each one. Is X like a one-shot? That's just is in... I wouldn't even say it's necessarily in universe either. X is a one-shot in its own universe. X is like Final Fantasy Tactics. Okay, so what has Microsoft got coming? Let's get back to the... What did I hear? There was some rumor that like something was coming together recently for Microsoft. It wasn't stated at K3, but it was something else. But yeah, let's see here. I'm shocked State of Decay 3 still isn't out. What a clusterfuck of a game development that's been. Outer Worlds 2? I don't even think that's not an end of showcase thing at all. Is that not out yet? Is Outer Worlds 2 still not out? But yeah, the Outer Worlds 2, if it's not out, absolutely gonna be a big thing. That would absolutely be a thing you would see at this showcase. For sure, definitely, 100%. Oh my goodness. Teaser of High Rush 2? No, because they sold the company. They sold the company and the IP to Krafton, I think, to South Korea. It's High Rush 2 is far away. Like they lost like half or 60% of their studio before the sale, so they've had to like rebuild. The Hi-Fi's in super rebuild mode. You're not gonna see it for a while. So unfortunately, okay. So what are you know what I think Fable will still be there. I don't, you know, obviously it got delayed. Fable, I can't. When did this get delayed? I don't remember this delay. When the hell did this happen? God damn, like the only mildly interesting RPG coming out of Microsoft, of course, and of course it gets delayed till infinity and beyond. Fuck. Such is oh god, not this. God. Such is the fate, I guess, of being an Xbox product. I like Fable 2 a lot. I did. I really enjoyed Fable 2. I even enjoyed 3, not as much as 2, but I enjoyed it. Very smooth, very breezy, very, you know. I mean, Fable will for sure be there. It gonna be there. It's gonna be there. What are some other? Flight sim content expansion time. Yeah, dude. I mean, that's almost like tradition at this point. This shit, like, it's just like it's basically a live service. It's a forever game for them. It's pretty much at this point, right? Like, it's just gonna happen. Another Silksong appearance. I don't know. Is Silksong actually still gonna be on Game Pass at this point? Is Call of Duty skipping this year? Well, Call of Duty doesn't always show up in June. Sometimes it happens. Call of Duty doesn't always show up right away. Sometimes Call of Duty doesn't show up till fucking August, dude. So I don't know, JDP. You kind of operate in this sort of 3-5 years ago mentality. That's really not where Microsoft is right now. Microsoft has a ton of shit. I have 6 first-party games here, right here. 7 technically with Gears of War Reloaded and Gears of War E-Day. I could put probably another 6 first-party games that are announced up on this board, JDP. Like, Microsoft has a ton of fucking shit in development. It's kind of gotten, like, the days of Xbox has no games, that was true 10, 15 years ago. It's not really the same deal now. They bought a lot of companies, and a lot of their shit has either come out or it's about to come out. Can you make an argument as the best theme in KI? You could. Thing is games take time. Cringy Todd, Elder Scrolls 60s. Maybe a little later into the bingo. What are some other, like, surefire, this is gonna be there? Sea of Thieves and Minecraft are like almost for sure. Oh, that was the game that's apparently coming together. Maybe I'll make a bigger jump on like guess on this, but yeah, apparently this game has finally come together. Supposedly, allegedly. That was Everwild. Supposedly this shit's actually finally come together. What's up, Jesse? Hey, Jay Howlett. Anything Halo? That's a really interesting question, because I know they had that big announcement where like Halo Studios 343 was rebranding as Halo Studios. They were switching to Unreal 5 for Halo going forward. I don't know. I don't remember how long ago that was, but it might still be a little early for Halo. There is one game that I don't know if this is for sure, but I feel like it's about time it shows back up again. Because it kind of went dark after its unveiling, and I feel like it's been, I think, well over a year. So I think now maybe now is the time to reintroduce the world. Will remind y'all of... I forget who the developer on this one is. Yeah. It's a game called Clockwork Revolution. Who the fuck was making this one? Which studio did they buy? Oh yeah, In Exile. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's been a while. They might actually have something to actually show for Clockwork Revolution. So I think that's a pretty decent bet. You visited In Exile, wow. So yeah, let's see. We still have Perfect Dark, which they showed last year. It's obviously not coming this year, and I don't know if they want to like just do that where like Perfect Dark becomes their new death loop or something. But Routine. It's the first-person survival horror in a malfunctioning moon base filled with bots. Is that a Microsoft first-party game? You know what, though? Fuck it. Let's put Perfect Dark on here. Let's just do it. I'm kind of... My personal feeling on it is probably... My personal feeling is I don't think it's happening. Do I have anything with a title? There you go. I think it's... I personally don't know about this, personally. Perfect Dork. In the dork. The Blade game for Xbox. No, they're gonna announce that they canceled the Blade game for Xbox, for the Arcane making it, because because Pumpkin Palpatine thought, you know, having a game like that would be too DEI or something. I'm only half kidding. The IP for Evil Within is dead. I mean, Microsoft retained the IP for Evil Within, but they don't have a studio to make it anymore. Yeah, I don't know. I think COD's too early. I think COD is going to be safe for GameSpot or Gamescom. Gamescom. Yeah. Spinal. Let's see here. Double Fine's next game? What has Double Fine even been working on? Yeah, we could see these. That almost feels... I mean, okay, I'm going to put this here because it's obviously going to happen. But... this is it. This is my last... Yes, this is going to be here. This is my last... Yes. Yes, this will be here. In some capacity, it has to be. It still makes like billions of dollars a year, so. This is my last of the safety bits. Hell, I could have put that in free space. I don't think new Wolfenstein will be happening anytime soon. Just because Machine Games just finished Indiana Jones, but you know it will be there. Indiana Jones DLC. What's it called? Order of Giants. Yeah. They don't really have any... They don't have any art for Order of Giants, so... But whatever. Yeah, this is happening. This is definitely happening. I would feel very comfortable putting Order of Giants DLC on here. Indiana Jones DLC, I definitely think is going to be there. Halo teaser for again, we have already been through this, but for what? OD from Kojima. Does Kojima have enough of OD to show? Has been nearly a decade since Fallout 4, but how long since Fallout 76? And how many updates have they been doing for Fallout 76? But Rare, are they still making anything? No, not making nothing. So, Gamagantle? They wouldn't say Toys for Bob game yet? They're making Spyro. They flat out, like, they just about confirmed they're doing a Spyro game. I think. So, yeah, we can start getting a little fancy, right? Spyro Dragon. Little furry. Actually, he's a scaly. Now, there's a character that sort of outlived his own legacy. Sparrow. I think they said I think Toys for Bob just all about confirmed that their project they're doing is Spyro. Hungry Ninja Jago. Remake or 16 port might be here. The question for 7 is, does 7 Remake follow the Switch 2 route where it's like, hey, we're going to put out Remake this year on Xbox, and then Rebirth next year on Xbox, and then Part 3's on everything? No Rest for the Wicked. That title went through some shit recently with the guy who directed Thomas Mahler on that one. Was worried. Toys for Bob got released from the COD mines because Microsoft actually cut them loose. They're independent now. So what do we got, guys? Top and bottom. Ooh, Cuphead's new game. Yeah, you know what? That is not a bad call. I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly. This would probably be a good place for Studio MDHR to reveal their next game. They've been pretty quiet on it since the delicious Last Course. I forget what genre. They're doing a different genre for their next game, they said. What did they say? They were doing an RPG or some shit? Or am I getting that mixed up with Moon Studios? I think they also said they're still going to be using like hand-drawn on paper, scanned paper, whatever they do. No, there's no season 2. What the fuck? No. Sort of what Indivisible is. Kind of. That was Skullgirls devs doing an action RPG, a Valkyrie Profile style RPG. I think we're still sort of in like, what's a very, possible, we're still kind of in the sort of realm of like, this is probable. Seeing Microsoft working together. I mean, well, let's just save that. That's a little out there. Captain America from, what, Marvel 1943? Maybe. Forza, you know what? Yeah, you're kind of right, Al. Forza's kind of like a good go-to. Forza Borza. Yeah, let's go with Forza. Man, that road's looking a little too likely. Need to get a little bit more out there with that shit. Yeah, okay. The reality here, so here's the reality here. I think all of this shit I listed, except maybe Studio MDHR, that's a little bit of a guess. Everything right here, right now, I actually expect to be here. I actually expect to have a lot of dots at the end of this bingo card right now. I expect all of this shit to be there, except maybe, like I said, Studio MDHR, maybe Perfect Dark. But, you know, just maybe those two up there. I think everything else is going to be here. Yep, that's right, Jetstream. WB shut down Monolith Productions, so no Wonder Woman game. Blade trailer. Blade. I don't know. What was the last? I think it was at the Game Awards they showed off Blade. Their announced Blade, but it has been. There has been fuck all since then. Yeah, and it wasn't last December's game. It was like 2023 Game Awards or something. Perfect dork. I'll put Blade in there. The Blade. It's too small. Let's go with this. Fuck it. Hey, yo, what's up, Leon? Blade. I'll throw it in. Fuck it. Fallout 3. Would 3 be a game they would go back and remake? I mean, it's a big 3D game. It's great. I remember it being gray as fuck. Alright, so it's time to get a little fantasy here. It's time to go blue sky if you're in a Disney Imagineer. You're not seeing Blade before Wolverine? Why not? Different developer, man. Arcane is a different developer from Insomniac. It's not like they sit there and coordinate with each other or anything. Alright, so it's time to get a little fantasy here. It's time to start thinking about what would we like to see from Xbox, even if we don't think it'll be there. Creating the new Crazy Taxi, new Jet Set. Time to put your can advantage out. You know what? Fine. Let's get them out of the way. Let's do it now. Alright. Let's just get it out of the way. Bye-bye, row. Bye. Bingo. Hello, nothingness. Alright. And I am sticking to this. I'm going big brain on this. This is my gamble. This is my gamble. This is my big gamble. Microsoft wants a big showstopper announcement. Persona 6. It'll be at the end of a Persona 4 remake trailer. You'll get a full-fledged, big-ass Persona 4 remake trailer. And at the very end, it'll see, also, coming soon. Persona 6. Coming soon to Xbox consoles or something. Like, it'll just be a screen, but it'll still count. That's the fancy I've ever heard one. That's why it goes in the corner. Yeah, I would love to see. I would love to see Panzer Saga. I don't know why you still are on this kick that anything from Scalebound exists, Zyber. Like any tiny small curmudgeon of that game's existence went into Bayo 3. and then crushed under the weight of the potato trying to render it. Something accused of us? Shit, I wish we had said something sooner, because I think Project Century would have been a great game to put on there. There's code that still exists. You believe that. Even if it did, it's never being used for anything. He asked Kami his shit because so much of his shit kept getting erased at Capcom. God damn, I can't wait to see Project Century. I don't know. Nah, it's too late. It's too late. It's too late for Project Century. It should have been here much earlier. Prince of Persia remake finally. Gamma, that feels like state of play to me. I don't know why. Something about that just screams state of play. Does Hoyoverse show anything in Xbox? Yes. Also a good call. Should have been here earlier. Should have been on the SGF bingo somewhere as well. Really should have been on the SGF bingo, but... But that is too likely. You need to think bigger. You must dream bigger, chat. We're talking about games that are you want to have happen. You want it, but it's probably not. Either definitely not or probably not happening. Not, oh, will Hoyoverse be here? Probably. Is that exciting? No. Oh man, Fat Alpert really wants me to bury another row. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. I heard whatever banjo project they had cooking was canceled or some shit. I don't know. Alright, this middle row's looking a little too likely. Damn, I forgot how good this track for Glacius was. Ah, yes. What is that image? What the fuck is it? Yeah, that's it. Here we go, Al. Al, if Silk Song gets shown there with an actual release date, you need to donate 5 gift subs to me. Since you want this to kill a row so bad. MGR remake or MGR 2. I mean, in the same showcase, they're definitely going to have Ninja Gaiden. Blocking all that Banjo demand. How much Banjo-Kazooie demand even is there, really? I would love custom soundtracks to come back into games. Yes, I mean since so many of you Western developers seem to fucking hate in-game music. At least let me put in my own then. Let's cope Dead or Alive 7 time. Ho ho ho. I mean, hey, Microsoft brought Ninja Gaiden. You know what? Dead or Alive is good, but let's save that for next year. Contraband. Yeah. Yeah. Anybody remember this game? I sure don't. When the fuck was this shit announced? Forever ago? Yeah, it's probably not happening. Alright, I need 5 more absolute fucking fantasy games. Mecha Assault 3. That's good. There was a Nintendo DS Mecha Assault game? What the fuck? Let's put that over here. Dishwasher sequel. There's a name of a game I kind of forgot about. Mech Assault. Yeah, there you go. All right, that's good. Mech Assault, that's a good one. Yeah, I'm skipping. Saberwolf Sim I was not happy with. Not everything Mick Gordon ever wrote I thought was great. I did not like Saberwolf's theme. Xbox owns it. Yeah, but they don't own the IP, Gamagant. Well, Konami owns it. I think they said they're not doing any more backwards compatibility ever. I think they've like definitively stated we're not doing any more. New IP from Double Fine. That needed to go up a long time ago, Cloverfruit. That's no fucking dream game pie in the sky. Doom the Dark Ages DLC. Hexen is now canon. Fusion for you know what? You know what? I like it. Stupid, but I like it. Fusion for you know what? You know what? I like it. Why did I echo all of a sudden? Okay. Fusion Frenzy. Blitz game. I mean, they're long disbanded, but maybe FromSoft will make an Otogi 3. What about a reboot? Who owns Smash TV? Does Warner Brothers own Smash TV? That would be a problem. The return of Cell Damage. No one would care. Maybe Crim. Yeah, well, obviously. Well, yes, I know Midway published the original. I'm talking about now. There is no Midway now. I think Warner Brothers got most of Midway's assets, so... AT&T? Yeah, so it was part of Warner Brothers. Alright, 3 more fantasy games, chat. I mean, not that it really matters. Like, this spot is... Banjo kills this row anyways, but whatever. 3 more fantasy games. BioWare game. What? They're making Mass Effect, and then EA's gonna shut them down. Look, I don't mean to be mean here, but like BioWare is going to fart out that last Mass Effect game. It's going to do exactly what Dragon Age Veilguard did, and then they're going to shut the fucking studio down, disband them, and then scatter them to the winds within, to the 4 corners of the world. Some will get absorbed into other parts of EA, and the others will just have to go pound sand somewhere else. Like, apparently Codemasters is next on EA's chopping block. Lies of D. Project Dorothy. No. I won't say why, but no. Guacamelee 3. Square Enix game? I don't think that's that crazy. There's been plenty of Final Fantasy games on Xbox, and I actually do think 16 and Remake are headed there eventually. That's an inevitability, not an impossibility. Don't leave your party. I still think there's something missing here. Like, I put Persona 6 in there as a sort of like, see, we've got Japan on our side. They have Ninja Gaiden, but they're paying for it, kind of thing. I think there's got to be some like credit. I think Castlevania is kind of maybe that. I'm going to put Castlevania since, yeah, that does seem like a... I think Castlevania, like a big 3D, big budget bullshit Castlevania that Konami's making, and I think, yeah, Microsoft will show it off here. They'll have like there'll be like an Xbox like deal for it. It'll be on like Game Pass or some shit. EA overseers referred to those mechanics as being in the cave. Caveman mechanics? Oh, you mean like turn-based RPGs? Like Expedition 33, which just sold 3.3 million copies in a month. Evil Within. Well, there's no more developer for Evil Within, Flashy Flash, so Microsoft still owns the IP, but they'd have to find a new developer for Evil Within, so. Nah, Call of Duty seems to be waiting till August to reveal itself lately. I noticed that last year, so I think it's going to be the same this year. They're going to save it for Gamescom. Pitfall? Haha. I think I put Judas on the Summer Game Fest bingo. The Wu-Tang game. I don't know what the Wu-Tang game is. The nerds are in the cave. You made an RPG, and the nerds in the cave would always show up for an RPG because it was an RPG. That sounds like Al. Haha! Didn't someone else take over for the Blue Protocol reboot they're doing? Bayonetta 4. I doubt that. Yeah, the mobile team. But they're like basically trying to like reboot the game. The Return of Jade Empire. Damn, Al, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Magna Carta. Hey, it's the summer. What's up, Life Fires? Magna Carta. I'll just name drop Magna Carta. What? Like, is it summertime and Microsoft wants to show everyone its big juicy melons for the summer? So we're gonna reboot Magna Carta. Only true Magna Carta fans actually know what the fuck I'm talking about. Oops, wrong one. Jade fucking Empire. Return of Cameo. Dude, speaking of Return of Cameo, Jetstream, did you see Project Harmony, the prototype from Retro Studios that leaked? They were making before they got put on Prime 4. It was Cameo. Like, it's weird. There's so much weird Cameo vibes from it. Even has a David Wise soundtrack. Anyways, what are we putting for the last one? What is the most wanted fucking thing? What is the game announcement here that would get you non-Xbox owning heathens to buy an Xbox, to go out and just, okay, I'm buying an Xbox? Yeah, but Jade Empire is a BioWare game, Al, so nothing? Oh, you guys are so full of shit. Everyone's got a price. Everybody has a price. This is like, they just released Doom. It's got Perfect Dark. Indy's a first-person game already, Al. Clockwork Revolution's a first-person shooter. Everwild will likely be first-person. State of Decay is a first-person shooter. Gears of War is third-person, but it's third-person shooter. It's not lacking that many first-person shooters, Al. You didn't even say first-person. You said shooters. There's shooters there. Halo remake? How many times can they remake Halo? Honestly, a Quake reboot. Damn. No, not from Xbox. Just what game? This is not about, like, what Microsoft IP that you remember. No, this is what fucking Money Hat could Microsoft announce here. Like, what game exclusively tied to Xbox would get you to, like, buy it? Ignore the fact that they don't even do exclusives anymore. Just what exclusive would fucking get you to buy the system? Nah, I've not even heard of no cursed yo-yo game. PSO would be good, but we used it yesterday. New Darkstalkers? We want to kill a row with Darkstalkers? It's not a bad call, Totan. Pokemon made by a competent developer? Shit. You know what? You know what? I'm going to go with that. We're going to do Bloody Roar. Instead of a new Killer Instinct, Microsoft just money hats a Game Pass release of a new Bloody Roar from aiding in Konami. There you go. That's a good fantasy game. So that is my Xbox E3, not E3. Oops, it says E3. Let's fix that. Let's fix that. Not E3. E3, not E3. Xbox, this is my Xbox bingo. Colorful list, yes. So, in order, going across the top, a Bloody Roar collab with Konami and aiding and exclusively debuting on Game Pass. Brand new Bloody Roar 5. Outer Worlds 2, Studio MDHR's new game. They are the Cuphead devs. Perfect Dork shows up again. Persona 6 gets teased. Even if it's the end of a Persona 4 remake trailer, I say Persona 6 gets teased. Fable. More footage on the eternally delayed Fable game. Jade Empire gets a reboot. That ain't happening. Indiana Jones, Order of the Giants DLC. Probably. That should have been the name of the fucking game. Indiana Jones and the Order of the Giants. That would have been such a better fucking name than The Great Circle. God, fuck you, Todd. Mech Assault coming back. Yeah. Everwild. Apparently it's coming together now from Rare. Castlevania, big budget new 3D game. Minecraft update, of course. Ninja Gaiden 4, Free Space. Arcane Studios Blade game resurfaces. Banjo-Kazooie gets a new game. Yeah, right. Microsoft Flight Simulator gets an update, of course. Toys for Bob's Spyro game shows up. Contraband re-reveals itself. It's actually real. No, it's not. Silksong gets a release date. State of Decay 3, speaking of eternally delayed projects. A brand new Killer Instinct gets announced. Yeah, nope. A new Forza gets shown. Just as the sun will rise. Clockwork Revolution re-reveals itself after a couple years out. Gears of War Reloaded or E-Day. Either one of them gets a big update or trailer. And the resurgence reboot of Fusion Frenzy. which makes Steve and Kenny super happy, and the rest of the world shrug their shoulders and go, what? But yes, Microsoft jumps into the Mario Party genre once again with Fusion Banzai. Feel like this one is going to hit the bingo? No. If any row is, it would honestly be I, except for fucking Jade Empire. That's not happening. I would say straight across the middle, except Banjo really screws that row. But it could happen, I guess. Probably not. Yeah, maybe straight across the middle. Straight down would be a pretty decent shot, but I don't know I don't think Contraband's ever showing up again personally, and Studio MDHR is like I'm 50-50 on. Yeah, let's say 50-50. But yeah, I don't know if Contraband's really ever going to show up again, and it's 50-50 on Studio MDHR. But yeah, the N row, maybe vertical. Horizontal's not impossible either, but that Banjo really screws that up. I guess straight down the middle, we might get a bingo. Horizontal flight sim, yeah. Spyro is probably too early. I don't think Contraband exists. Silk Song getting released. These are all possible, but I mean these are all known quantity games. But yeah, I don't know. Four horizontal, 4 down, maybe. We'll see. G vertical isn't impossible. Neck Assault's never coming back. Let's be real. Straight middle can hit, maybe. If there's any row I wanted to hit, B vertical would make me extremely happy. B vertical or straight across the middle. Really, just anything with Banjo. If I replace Banjo with Flight Simulator, and that would be a damn good show for me. Top across, yeah, Bloody Roar's not no. Yeah, Blade's probably too early, but I don't know that necessarily means it won't at least get an update. So we'll see. We're a month, or I'm sorry, not a month. Haha, a week from Sunday, and we'll know. Oh, we'll know. We'll know for sure what Microsoft got cooking, chat. So yeah, this is my bingo. Let me know what you think.